Sir,
I
I
will.
didn't ask you about any of that. I asked you if you
I
understand that
will. However,
Mr.
you.
Matson, don't interrupt me. I've muted Mr. Matson's device because he continues to interrupt me and not let me finish what I'm saying.
Let me. Let me. Let me. Let me speak to.
I've muted Mr. Matson again because he unmuted himself and interrupted me.
Today, we've got an absolutely insane courtroom hearing for you all. We're dealing with a sovereign citizen who literally cannot stop talking. This guy doesn't even pause to breathe. He's in court because he thought it was smart to avoid meeting with his probation officer, which is basically begging to get himself into more trouble. Now, he's attempting to talk his way out of it using a whole lot of meaningless arguments, and the judge is having none of it. The judge shuts him down immediately, and honestly, it's extremely satisfying to watch. Let me know what you all think about these sovereign citizens and how they should be handled in court. And if you like content like this, make sure to hit like and subscribe. Let's jump right into it.
I am required to advise you at all stages of the proceeding that you do have a right to be represented by an attorney, and if you can't afford an attorney, the court will appoint one for you at public expense. Do you understand that?
I don't think you'd be violating your oath of office, Your Honor, by allowing me to the right to a fighting clause.
Sir, I didn't ask you about any of that. I asked you if you understand.
I will, however,
Mr. Matson, don't interrupt me. The question I asked you is whether you understand that you have the right to be represented by an attorney.
I do understand I have a right to be represented by an attorney or not. Yes, sir.
Okay. You've previously waived that right. As I said, I have to advise you that at every stage of the hearing. So I have to ask you again, would you like to be represented by an attorney at this point?
As I started to say, Your Honor, I don't want the representation. However, I will use the help of handling paperwork due to my means here and having access to certain things in paperwork. I will use your court-appointed attorneys just to help with some paperwork.
Okay, so you don't have a right to have the public defender's office do your paperwork or handle any of that. You have the right to have them represent you or not represent you. So that is your choice.
Not represent me, that's fine then.
All right. So you've previously been arraigned on the probation violation. Do you know how you want to proceed? So your options are you can plead to it if you want, which means you'd be admitting guilt. The other option is that I can set it for a hearing and we can have a hearing on the matter, and then I'll decide based on the evidence submitted at that hearing.
Your Honor, all due respect, I wish, are you working under oath of office today, sir?
Sir, I'm not going to answer these questions or deal with this. We've dealt with you before and your sovereign citizen arguments. I've rejected them all.
Citizen.
Sir, do not interrupt me. Do you want to have a hearing or do you want to plead?
I'll take your silence under your oath, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you want to have a hearing or do you want to plead?
I want the hearing. I want to go to trial. I want to go within the 90 days to a trial or sooner.
All right. So Sierra will need about a 1 hour hearing on a probation violation.
As well as I'd like you to have the arresting officers that arrested me on that day. I would like their sergeant to be dressed in uniform and at that trial on that day as well, please.
These Zoom court hearings are honestly beyond ridiculous. This guy will not stop talking over everyone and constantly interrupts the judge, like he has no understanding of how court proceedings actually work. In my opinion, he should probably be held in contempt because at this point it's just flat out disrespectful. And what is this thing about him saying he needs an attorney only for paperwork? That's not how it works at all. Attorneys are meant to represent you in court, not walk you through filling out documents. I honestly can't believe this guy is serious. Is he actually serious? Or does he even believe the nonsense he's saying? I genuinely can't tell. He might be crazy, but then he suddenly starts talking about needing a sergeant present at his hearing. It honestly seems like he's just making things up as he goes, Or maybe he's reading from some kind of script. I really have no idea. He seems completely clueless to me. Then he randomly brings up things like a sergeant, and I just don't understand what he's trying to accomplish. He might simply be trying to waste everyone's time. I truly don't know how the judge manages to stay so calm, because if I were the judge, I would have lost my patience by now. Eventually, the judge does kind of snap at him. Let me know whether you think he's pretending to be dumb or if he's actually serious. But let's go ahead and get into it.
All right. I think it will go more smoothly if you are here in person. So we will have you in person here from the jail.
All right, exactly what the hearing is going to be on that day.
So you've been charged with a violation of the terms of your probation.
Yeah.
For failing to report. So the hearing is going to be to determine whether or not you failed to report.
Okay, so it's going to be the trial that day.
Correct.
Okay, can I have the state police sergeant there at that trial?
What state police sergeant?
The state police sergeant of the arresting officers on the night of my arrest.
Who are the arresting officers?
I don't remember the exact names, but any state police sergeant in uniform would do.
Why do you want any state police sergeant to be present at the trial?
Just to show how arrests are made, and why they're made, and how they do the determination, how they bring people into jail.
Well, how is any of that relevant to whether or not you violated the terms of probation?
I believe there's a lot of relevancy there. I don't see where any of it's going to affect the courts in any way, shape, or form.
All right. So the issue that the court is going to determine has nothing to do with things that happened during your arrest. The issue is whether or not.
No, it's not about the arrest. It's about the arrest for the violation of probation as well.
All right. The only issue before the court that day is going to be whether or not you reported. So your arrest doesn't have any relevancy to that. So I'm not going to.
I beg to differ, Your Honor. I beg to differ because the jury is going to be a jury of my peers, and at this time,
sir,
you're not going to have a jury of my peers.
Sir, there's not going to be any jury. You're not entitled to a jury trial on a hearing about violating your probation.
I'm sorry, I misunderstood. I'm pretty sure that last time I spoke to you, you said that I had the right to a jury trial for determining if I was guilty for a violation of probation.
I've never seen you on this violation of probation.
I've seen you, or I've seen you just the other day, last week.
No, you didn't. A different judge conducted that hearing.
You're Michael Olsaver, aren't you? There was Judge Sloan, and then there was you. I've seen both.
You did not see me last week.
I did.
And so you're not entitled to a jury trial on a probation violation. So again, we will have you back in person on.
Well, hold up then. So if I'm not entitled to a trial to determine if I'm guilty or not, this is a criminal court, isn't it?
It's a criminal court where you have already pled guilty to a felony and been placed on probation.
Because I was at risk of dying in this.
I've muted Mr. Matson's device because he continues to interrupt me and not let me finish what I'm saying. Mr. Matson, I was saying that this is a criminal court wherein you have pled guilty to possessing a controlled substance, and you were placed on probation. As a result of that, your sentence was to be placed on probation. Subsequent to being sentenced to probation, there was an allegation that you failed to report in accordance with the terms of your probation. That is an alleged violation of probation. There's no right to a jury trial for a violation of probation. So the court will conduct. Let
me speak to.
I've muted Mr. Matson again because he unmuted himself and interrupted me. We will have you back on April 8th at 3:30, Mr. Matson. This hearing is concluded.
Let me know if you want to see the second part of this guy's hearing, because somehow it gets even more insane. For some reason, he keeps insisting on having a sergeant present at his next hearing, and it makes absolutely no sense. It's almost like he just wants someone else there to watch him act ridiculous. The next hearing we're about to see is strictly about his probation. It has nothing to do with his arrest, so there's really no reason for a sergeant to be there at all. And he wasn't even asking for a specific sergeant from the police department. He was asking for the state sergeant. I honestly don't understand this guy at all. He's a complete joke. In my opinion, sovereign citizens like this should be held in contempt more often and charged for wasting the court's time. It's like they don't take the judge seriously at all, and it's extremely difficult to watch. The way these sovereign citizens talk over everyone and refuse to follow the rules makes the courts look weak. Judges honestly shouldn't have to deal with this kind of nonsense. Yet here we are in 2025. Zoom hearings only make the situation worse in my opinion, especially for cases involving sovereign citizens or mentally ill individuals. These types of people should be required to attend in-person hearings because they have absolutely no respect for the court system. In-person hearings at least provide structure. Over Zoom court, there's basically no structure at all. When people are physically in the courtroom, they're far less likely to turn the entire process into a joke. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm going to end it here. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy videos like this, and let me know what you thought about this court hearing. I personally thought this guy was pretty strange. He wasn't a completely insane sovereign citizen, but he was definitely a little off his rocker. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I appreciate you all tuning in, and I'll see you in the next.